All right, guys, welcome to the Canard Files, a Darkwing podcast. I'm your host, Will Santana, and
Stan Lund back once again.
Hey, what's going on, Stanley Ipkiss? That's what I call him, y'all. Stanley Ipkiss.
Not too much. How have you been?
Pretty good, man. Just got back from the vet. Had to take the dog to get something called Bortella. I probably pronounced that incorrectly. All right, but Stan, you doing good? Anything new with you?
Doing all right. You know, it's been unseasonably warm up here in Vermont the past couple days. You know, we've been getting like 85-degree days.
Okay, so oh man, it's been like high 70s, low 80s for us. It's been that 77 to 82 range for us lately.
Yeah.
I hope it rains soon, but I've been wanting to buy some weed and feed for my yard and then spread it all over my yard. And then I always do it before it rains, so that way I don't even have to water. You know, use my water, increase my water bill.
Yeah.
I always wait for it to rain. But today, everybody, if you're tuning in, today is another filler episode, so we don't know when this will drop. I'm hoping it'll drop after the Joe book series. It might not be the first one, it might not be the second one, might not be the third one, might not be the fourth one. It might be in there somewhere. We don't know where it will be. All right, but this is a filler episode. This is to give Mike and Tiffany a break. You know, my schedule just does not work to record with them anymore. So like, luckily I'm able to coordinate stuff with Stan. As you can see, he got daylight in his background. You can't see it in my background, but it is daylight here as well. I can't record at nights no more with Mike and Tiffany, but Stan, you've been recently recording with them, Dangerous Currency. Just out of curiosity, because I'm thinking this is going to drop way after Dangerous Currency. Are you still pro Dangerous Currency? Are you mild now? Did you go down? Where you at with that?
The first issue was not as good as I remembered it.
Oh, so you came down some. Okay.
At least for the first issue. I mean,
okay.
we still have 3 issues to go, so we'll see if my opinion overall stays the same or if it takes a dive.
Okay. I have never read Dangerous Currency, so I have no opinion, but I've heard very bad things about it.
You still should read it at some point.
Okay. All right. Well, guys, and ladies, if you're tuning in, you might want to head over to YouTube, but if you don't like YouTube and you prefer the apps like Spotify and Apple and so forth, all those other podcast apps, we will do our best to describe, but today we're going to do our pre-talk with some visuals. So we will try our best to describe it so you can understand what we're talking about. You may be able to Google it or search eBay or Mercari and those type of websites for them. We are going to discuss some of the uncommon Darkwing things. We only brought like 3 or 4 items, correct?
3 or 4 or 5, depending on the person.
Okay, so but we got a lot more. I came up with this idea 10 minutes before we started recording, and as me and Stan started naming things, we were like, man, this is gonna be too much. So I said, let's limit this, and we'll do another episode where we'll talk some more about some of these uncommon things. But then we thought about, hey, why don't we just also do a whole YouTube video for all these stuff that we have? And because maybe by then, when we get to that YouTube video, Stan, I could show off my holy grail that you won't let me show off yet.
Possibly, but I doubt I'm going to have my own copy by then. Since,
I mean,
it's hard to find.
There's no rush for it, but I'm hoping eventually we can get there because I want to show it off. You know, I do, but I respect why you don't want me to show it off. I have no beef with that. All right, so Stan, from your items that you want to show off. Oh, by the way, guys, we are going to review a comic, which is The Found World, right?
Yeah.
Okay, we will get to that. We're just trying to kill some time. It's only like a 7-8 page comic review, so we're just trying to do a little, killer time limit thing here. All right, so Stan, go ahead and show up. What do you think from your 4 to 5 items is the most common of the 5 items?
The most common of the 4 to 5 items I have here is probably the Darkwing Duck Band-Aids.
The Band-Aids. Could describe what you're holding in your hand, what it looks like a little bit.
So it's a white and purple box with the Darkwing Duck logo on the front with another logo that says Star Strips. There's an image of Darkwing holding his gas gun with a bomb near him. The back has Darkwing's logo again, as well as Darkwing's screaming head and a little blurb about the show. And on the side, it actually shows one of the bandages The bandages themselves had Darkwing's head all over them.
Okay.
Needless to say, I'm sure Darkwing had to use a few of these in his adventures.
All right, so I'm gonna go now, Stan. I'm gonna show. I don't think it's the most common thing I have, but I think it's the cheapest thing. I'm going the cheap route right now. All right, so I'm gonna show off just there's two of them, and there is a difference of the two. So I'm only gonna show one right now because, like I said, we only had 10 minutes prior to plan this. It's a double O duck pen. This one's a little different from the other one. I can't show you right now because I didn't have enough time to pull it out. But this one, the letters are in blue, and I believe the other one is kind of goldish, right?
Yeah, the one you have in your hand right there is the rarer of the two versions.
Oh, okay. So this is the rarer one. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's a double O duck, which was Darkwing was originally called, and it says double O duck on it. It didn't come. I've never seen it with the cardboard behind it.
Me neither.
Yeah, I've never seen that. So that's what I think. That's the cheapest one. I've always seen it for like $10 to $20.
The regular one, the blue lettering pin can go between 10 to 20 to 50 or 60. Like,
really?
I think Michelle paid about 60 or 70 for hers.
Oh wow, I think I only paid like 15 for mine, 15, $20.
Yeah, I got mine pretty cheap too.
Okay. All right, Stan, go next. What's up? What you got? What you gonna show us?
So next, I'm gonna show the next most common item I have here.
Okay.
The Negaduck and Bushroot Vinylmations.
And those Vinylmations are basically characters with Mickey Mouse ears, correct?
Pretty much. And the ears, at least Negaduck's, it's kind of cool because let me see if I can show it off on the camera here. You can see the Audubon Bay Bridge on the ear.
Ah, I never noticed that because mine's in the box. So I've never noticed that. I can't see it.
You can see it even better from the back because there's like a white.
Yeah, I see
it. But they've made a few Vinylmations. This is the only two I have, but they did do a Darkwing and a Gosalyn. They've done a Launchpad and they've done a Gizmo Duck.
Really? I don't see the Darkwing on the back. It was a different maybe. Oh, okay.
I think Negaduck and Bushroot were from series 2. I think Darkwing and Gosalyn were from the first series.
Okay, yeah, I do see where it says series 2 on there. Okay, and it says this is 2 of 3. Okay, so there was 3 series. Okay. Did not know that. All right, I'll go again, Stan, but then you might have to go twice in a row since I think you got one more item than me. Yep. Okay, since I'm going from cheaper route, I'm gonna go next with the Darkwing Darkwing lunchbox, and it has the thermos. I have the thermos. So what it is dark. I don't know I ever saw this in an episode, but it's Darkwing jumping out of a building into the fire trampoline thing. And it's got Launchpad, Honker, Goss outside holding it, and the rat catchers out there. Let me open this up.
And for those listening, the lunchbox itself is made of purple plastic.
Yeah, so the thermos has Darkwing. I think that's where it starts off. Darkwing throwing a pie and getting hit with a pie. You can see Honker dodging it, Gosalyn throwing one, and one coming at her.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is the thermos. It's kind of cool to have the whole thing. Now, I got the thermos for $40. Stan, what do you think it goes for?
I'm not entirely sure. I want to say I paid around 20 or 30 for the lunchbox and the thermos.
Okay. Yeah, mine came with the thermos, but I see it like 70% of the times without the thermos.
Yeah.
I'm never gonna eat or drink out of that thing, but that's not happening. All right, go ahead, Stan. What you got next for us?
All right. So next up, and this is something I found recently, Darkwing Duck crayon. Now, the box itself on the front has the Darkwing Duck logo and the picture of Darkwing holding the gas gun. The back also has the Darkwing logo. The box itself just kind of opens. The crayons themselves inside don't say Darkwing Duck, but they all say Disney on them.
It looked like there's a sharpener down at the bottom.
Oh, yeah, there is.
Okay. Yep, I see it.
So, and then you said you wanted me to do another item.
Yeah,
right?
because I think I have 2 items left. So how many you got left? 3?
2 items.
You got 2 items left too? Okay, yep. Yeah, you go one more.
Okay, so up next, and this is something that I actually saw back when I was a kid, but it took me ages to get one. I've actually got two of these at the moment because I bought one and it was in rough shape, so I bought another one that was in better shape. The Darkwing Duck card game.
Is it a memory card game?
I'm not entirely sure. I just kind of glanced over the rules,
Hmm.
but it comes with the rules. The box itself that comes in, I should say, is got like a turquoise greenish border with a like pinkish purple picture with Darkwing's logo and a picture of some of the cards. The cards themselves are in here. This is one of the very few Darkwing merch that actually has Negaduck, which is one of the reasons why I really wanted it for that card alone. But I think Will here wants to get one of those cards.
Oh yeah. It's
You know,
playtime.
yep, has Quackerjack cards, Bushroot, Liquidator, and Megavolt. And then for the good guys, there's Darkwing, Launchpad, Gosalyn, Honker, and a special card called All Tied Up, which is Darkwing and LP tied up upside down.
Oh, I like that one.
This is fairly hard to find. It usually goes anywhere from $10 to $50, it seems.
Okay. All right. So the next one I'm gonna show, Stan, has a little story with it. So bear with me here. All right. And the next one I'm gonna show is the Darkwing Duck TurboGrafx 16 game. Now
Which
there
matches your shirt.
now there's a reason why there's a little story to this thing. Okay. I bought the game from somebody on Amazon, right? And they had the game for like $25. Which is a great deal. Don't think of what it goes for now, but at the time it was still going for like 80 to 100 bucks.
Yeah.
So I was like, whoa, $25, man. And it was just a game. It was just a game, no manual, no box or anything. So I bought the game from him for 25 bucks. I got it. I played with it on my TurboGrafx and realized how terrible this game was. And this is before the AVGN release.
Yeah.
All right. And this is a turbo chip for Hue card for you TurboGrafx people. Y'all know what it'll say back here, Hue card, because there's also CD versions of TurboGrafx games. All right, it's the Hue card, and maybe 4 to 6 months passed by after I bought this game from the guy on Amazon, and out of nowhere, I go to my mailbox and open the mail. I'm like, what is this? It's a little brown envelope type thing. I open it up, and this pops out of it. The manual. And there's a note inside with the manual, and the guy said, hey, I was cleaning up my room and I remember selling you that Darkwing Duck video game, and I found this and thought I would send it to you. Your address was still saved on my Amazon sales.
Sweet.
So that was really cool. So at the time, I would say with the manual and the game was probably worth maybe 125, 130. Yep. So, and I got it all for 25 bucks. Now that game alone is about, I think, 160, 180.
Yeah, it's pricey.
Yeah, it's around 160, 180, and I got it with the manual. So there's been times I thought about selling it, Stan, because of the big increase of profit I would make out of it. But then I always think about I will never ever get it for that price again. That's never gonna happen,
Yeah, like obviously, I watch eBay for certain items. The TurboGrafx game is one of the things I keep my eyes peeled for when they pop up.
Okay, so you're kind of hoping that you find that one guy that doesn't know what it is, huh?
Yep. Which I know is slim to no chance, but stranger things have happened.
All right. So what's your last thing you got for us, Stan?
So the last thing I have is something that's incredibly rare, actually. So most people are probably aware that there was a Pizza Hut promotion for Darkwing Duck. And there were, 2 crime fighter kits, which are fairly common to find. There were also 2 Darkwing Duck cups, and I'm doing air quotations for anyone not watching on YouTube because they came out as part of the promotion, but they don't have Darkwing anything on the cups to make them say, oh, they're Darkwing cups, like unless you knew,
Okay.
But along with those, There were also Darkwing Duck pizza boxes that the personal pan pizzas came in. So I actually managed to track one of these down. It's got a really cool art of Darkwing Duck bursting through the front of the pizza box, with the Darkwing Duck logo. On the side of it, you have like little profiles about the rat catcher and the thunderquack, gas guns and gas canisters, and Darkwing Tower.
That is
The
really
back,
cool. I ain't gonna lie. I like that.
yeah, the
I've
back
never even seen it
has
before.
a whole bunch of little sound effect bubbles, and there's some sort of a game on the front of it, but I'm not sure what kind of game that is. But
Mm,
yeah, that's a really hard piece to find.
okay, that's pretty cool. I like that one, man. All right, so to my most expensive item, I
So
think it's
jealous.
yeah, I was gonna say I think it's one of Stan's holy grails. I didn't get it cheap, but I did get it cheaper, a lot cheaper.
Yeah.
It's not a cheap item, and it's something Stan really wants. It's the Darkwing snow globe. We on the snow globes. There's Darkwing on the top. He's above the snow globe where it has Saint Canard inside of it. It does lights up. Let me see if I can turn the light on.
I think, doesn't it play like one of Beethoven's symphonies?
Yeah, see, I could play in a second. So Saint Canard does lights up. It's got Taurus Bulba capturing Gosalyn in the front. There's the Audubon Bridge, and then there's LP. Mine's in pretty good condition. Let me see if I. The only thing is, I'm scared if I play it, how long is it going to play for? And we're trying to do this recording right now. I'll see if I wind it a little bit. Let's see. You hear it?
Yeah, I heard a little.
Okay. I don't know if you can hear it good, but
Well, I can hear it through my headphones, so I'm assuming that it's being picked up by the recording.
all right, let me turn it off. Well, I can't turn off the winding part, but I can at least turn off the light. Dang, I didn't think I rewinded it that far back. It's still playing. All right, there it goes. Stop. Okay, so yeah, that's the snow globe. Stan, I think I paid what 120 for it, 125?
Yeah.
125 for it, and I've never seen it below like $500, dude.
The cheapest I ever saw, and I should have gotten it, but I didn't have the money at the time, was like 300 and something. I usually see it in the $900 range.
Woo, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't do that.
No.
I don't even know if I would do the $300 range, man. That's so expensive. I saw it for 125. As Stan, you already know this. I was at Pensacon, and this lady just had. She was an elder lady. She had a booth, and all she had was snow globes. I'm pretty sure like some of those things were worth thousands and several $100s, but she pretty much had everything listed from like 75 to like 250. And when I was talking to her, she was saying that she just wanted the money for her grandkids to go to college and stuff. She was just trying to unleash everything. Yeah, she said she said she wasn't trying to sell it for what it retails for now. Because she said that it takes longer to sell those things. So she said she was just trying to get them out and still get good money for it.
Well, I doubt you're listening right now, ma'am, but if you are, I would gladly buy another Darkwing snow globe from you for the same price if you get one.
All right, so Stan, man, let's get into our review now. We got The Found World, and it was written by John Blair Moore. Stan, you know a little bit more about this issue, so where can this issue be found, or this comic, where can it be found?
So it was originally published in the March 1992 issue of Disney Adventures. It was then subsequently republished in the Cartoon Tales Capes and Capers book, and then once again was then republished in Darkwing Duck Classics Volume 1.
Now, Stan, what does that Volume 1 go for? I don't have that one, man. At least
I think
I
it
thought
goes somewhere between 50 and $100.
Woo!
It was one of the very last trade paperbacks released by Boom for
Okay.
Darkwing Duck.
How many stories are in there?
Well, you're going to be a little disappointed because what this reprints is Darkly Dawns the Duck 1 through 4
Mm-hmm.
again. Let's Get Fiscal, Liquid Diet, Turnabout is Foul Play, and The Found World.
Oh, that's it for only 5?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Well, remember, Darkly Dawns the Duck, that's the 4 issues of the Disney comics. So
Yeah.
that takes up the majority of this.
Okay. All right. And it's written by John Blair Moore. Stan, you had time to, he written it and he penciled and inked it. So tell us a little bit about John Blair Moore.
So John Blair Moore has worked on a few different Darkwing comics before. I believe he may have worked on some of the episodes, but I hadn't had a chance to really track down anything solid yet.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Unfortunately, though, Mr. Moore passed away on August 5th, 2018.
Oh, that's about 4 years ago.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So Stan, let's get into the Found World. You know what? I kind of like when you lead the way. It gives you a chance to speak more because people are used to me speaking anyway, like we kind of did on our last filler.
All right.
So if you don't mind, you want to take the lead a little bit? All right, cool. All right, let's get into this.
We start off in the Mallard household as Drake is frustrated to find out that for the 3rd straight week there is 0 crime in St. Canard.
0.
And for some reason, Gosalyn has a nail file and an ice skate.
I know, right?
I don't know why.
Is she sharpening the ice skate with that or something?
That's my guess, and I don't really want to know what she's planning on with that ice skate.
Oh man. All right, and then we got Drake. You know, he's frustrated. He's like, man, this is gonna get me to unemployment.
Yeah. Of course, Gauze suggested that they take a vacation, but Darkwing's not really having that.
No.
You know, he's worried that the newspapers are going to forget all about Darkwing Duck, as if they remember who he is in the first place. Gosalyn's holding a newspaper that says Dunkling Duke stumbles on the major crime ring.
That's so wrong, man. They ain't got to do him like that. Yeah, so she drags him out of the house, and all of a sudden they're in the Thunderquack.
Yep.
And they're heading to Puerto Malardo.
Yeah.
I guess that's like a Puerto Rico, but with Mallard in the word, or Mallard. Mallard, Puerto Mallardo, or Mallardo. I don't know. I'm a little confused on that one.
I think it's supposed to be Mallardo because, you know, Mallard.
Okay. All right, go ahead, Stan. Keep going.
You know, and they're all surprised that Launchpad hasn't been flying in reverse, but apparently he thought he was flying in reverse, so they are now nowhere near their destination.
No, they're nowhere near it. And then he's still Drake, technically, right?
Yeah, he's not dressed as Darkwing.
Yeah, so he pulls on something that Launchpad warns him not to pull.
Yep, which basically dumps him out of the Thunderquack.
And it's kind of weird seeing Drake in red.
Yeah.
I thought that was weird, man. It kind of caught my eye.
Well, that's not any weirder than that weird green thing he was wearing earlier, is it?
Yeah. All right, so they land on trees, luckily, or palm trees, whatever that is. Looks like palm trees or coconut trees. And then Gosalyn and LP they switch into like those safari type uniforms.
Yeah. Though Darkwing, or Drake, I should say, grabbed the wrong pack that has his spare suit and gas gun in it.
Yeah, he's kind of a Debbie Downer majority of this comic.
Yeah.
he definitely is. He doesn't really see anything positive as of yet. You know, he keeps moping and whining about stuff.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead, Stan.
But Gosalyn stumbles across a pre-Columbian keychain.
Yep. So they got them an artifact.
Yep.
And
that gets Drake a little more interested. You know, he wants to figure out where it came from.
Yeah. And Gosalyn says they got to clear a path though, and he uses the gas gun, and it like something that it like kills the weeds, and it created a path or something.
Yeah, like a buzzsaw came out of the gas gun and sliced through the weeds.
Yeah. So then they spot something, right?
Yep. They find a giant, what appears to be a giant lost city.
Yeah,
I
it does.
love, I love the little like Aztec looking Mickey Mouse.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you about that. Was that a Mickey Easter egg or something? You
I'm pretty
know?
sure it is.
But you can clearly tell it looks like the back of the building, though, right?
Yeah.
Okay, but they're still excited. They think they found like a lost city. It does look kind of like Athens or a Mayan type thing, right?
It's definitely supposed to be Mayan or Aztec, especially when you see the name, what you see it's called later.
Yeah. All right, and Darkwing is now obviously excited. He thinking there might be treasures, there might be riches,
Glory.
mhm, unexplored territory. He just so super excited.
Yep.
All right. So how are they gonna get up on this thing?
Well, first off, LP discovers some tracks, so they
Mhm.
realize they're not quite the first ones there. But Darkwing's trusty grappling hook from his gas gun helps him get to the top.
This that visual of them climbing up the building, it reminds me of Dangerous Currency, one of the covers where
Yeah,
Launchpad has the boys.
yeah. Well, I think it's an homage to. I think there's a lot of different things that show it, but I think the most famous one is Batman '66.
Yeah, Batman. Yeah, when Batman and Robin always climbing up the rope thing.
Yeah, I'm sure it's been done elsewhere, but that's always what I think of when I see this sort of
Yeah, me
gag.
too. Me too. All right, so when they get to the top, what do they see, Stan?
They see a couple imposing figures.
Mm-hmm. And what happens with that?
Well, Darkwing first tries to introduce them, themselves to him in the stereotypical "We friends fall out of great bird in sky. Meet Darkwing."
Like they're Stone Age or something, huh?
Yeah,
All right, but then Darkwing pulls out the gas gun and he fires it up, right?
yeah, because it's starting to get dark and Launchpad's hoping they're not in the moonlit sacrifices. So Darkwing uses the gas gun to create a fireworks display.
Yeah, it's a pretty big firework display, man. It takes up like half the page.
Yeah.
And then Stan, we got someone running down the steps from the office.
Yep.
All right, take it away, Stan. What's going on?
So Darkwing wonders what kind of lost city it is. Turns out it's Intech or Ink Tech World, which
Mhm.
is the hottest new resort paradise in the equor. I always have trouble with that word. Equilateral zone.
Yeah, I guess that's how you say it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So yeah, it's a Aztec theme park resort place.
Yeah. And then the guy says like you got an unusual outfit, for the tropical climate.
Yeah, and Darkwing's like, I haven't said anything about the shorts, have I? Because the guy's wearing like funky shorts.
Yeah. So then it's basically like an amusement park. You can see Gosalyn with some cotton candy. She got tickets. You see some in the back says Maya Burgers.
Launchpad's got tickets, but all
Mhm.
Darkwing knows is that this is going to cost him a bundle.
Yeah. So that's the end of it. We there's roller coasters. We got a Ferris wheel. So it's not what he thought it was. Not at all. Um, you want me to go first on this one, Stan, or you want to go first?
You can go first on this one.
Okay, Stan, I got mixed feelings. I thought it started really good. It did look like it was going to be a safari or a type Mayan thing. I did think it was kind of funny at first, the joke of them being at an amusement park, but then it just stops
Yeah.
so sudden. I keep having problems with the endings on the comics. Um, it's not bad. It's okay. It's really short, but it's not top of the line comics. What do you think about the artwork? I thought the artwork was fine. A
The
few.
artwork was passable, a few
Mhm.
weird spots, but nothing too jarring.
Yeah.
Certainly better art than the Fluffy saga.
uh there was one frame that I thought was hilarious where they showed Darkwing's teeth. Oh, it's when they first climb up the wall. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, you can see Darkwing's teeth, but it's the frame above the fireworks one. You see that?
Yeah,
Yeah, his teeth.
where the frame where he's going, me Darkwing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is a strange visual.
Okay, so Stan, giving this story, it's short, it's cool, it's fine. It starts off fine. We got a whining Drake. LP's kind of funny that he thought he was going in reverse. Gosalyn's the motivator. Excuse me. I'm gonna go with a 2. That's okay, right?
Yeah,
I'm gonna go with a 2 on there.
and I'm gonna go slightly higher than you, but not by much.
Okay.
I'm gonna give it a 2.5 myself.
2.5. Okay.
Because I do think there was some great jokes there and some great premise, but there are things I think that hurt it. Like the ending, for one, that it's just a theme park. Like that would have been good for a start to a Darkwing episode, but it feels lacking the fact that they didn't actually have any threat or villain to combat.
Yeah, at all. I'm glad you said that. I didn't even think of that.
Yeah, so it would have worked good to start off a Darkwing story. Maybe when they got there, they found out that someone, shady was using the resort as a cover for something. That has story potential, but just ending it there, it didn't sit well.
Yeah, okay.
Now,
oh, go ahead.
And as you said, there are some weirdness with the art, but most of the jokes in there do kind of work. And with the exception of one thing Launchpad says, I think all the characters are written correctly.
Okay.
Like I can hear Darkwing, Gosalyn, and Launchpad, rather than, like they sound like them.
Okay. Okay. Now, if it didn't turn into an amusement park at the end, what villain would you have wanted? Or what villain you think would have worked?
There's a few villains. There's one I'm gonna say that you're probably gonna look at me like I've grown another head, but honestly, I could see Trench Rock coming back for this story. For anyone listening on any of the other apps, Will just made the greatest face ever.
You are right, though. He would have worked with that because he was on Apes of Wrath. That does make sense. I'll give you that. He would have fit, but God, everybody knows how I feel about that episode, man. Okay. All right. So you give it a 2.5. I think that's a good score for it. I'm at a 2. I'm a little bit. That ending's really bad, though. Okay. So Stan, so far from all the comics that you read on Disney Adventures and stuff like that, no boom. What would you say is your favorite?
Well, there's a few of them that are really good. I mean, obviously, Liquid Diet is probably the proverbial gem of any non-boom Darkwing comic. Obviously, the crossover one was really good. Having trouble remembering the name right now of it, but the one that ran through Disney Adventures that tied into all the shows.
The Chaos God,
yeah. That one's really good. Obviously, I still have a major soft spot in my heart for Vogue's gallery with the clothes that come to life.
Okay. Chaos God, the only one I didn't like was the Chip and Dale story.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so Stan, for the people tuning in for the first time, where can they find us? Good luck.
Okay, so Stitcher, Spotify, Google, iHeartRadio, Radio Public, Pandora, Pocket Cast, YouTube. Not on Facebook anymore. Apparently that one, the Facebook podcast is dead. I didn't realize that until recently. So disregard any previous mentions that we were on there.
Okay.
I think that's all of them, or that's at least most of them.
Okay, I'm gonna give a shout out to James Savani. Recently he did a Darkwing drop for headshots and sketches and stuff. Oh man, excuse me. And I want to give a shout out to Andrew Wallace, good buddy of ours. I hope he's doing all right. He actually texted me last night, but he texted me kind of late, so I'm gonna try to give him a call and catch up with him. I know the last time I saw a photo of him, he's gotten super tall, looked so much older, and he was driving.
Well, hopefully we'll have him over again at some point. Hope he's doing well.
Oh, and let me give one last shout out to Tori Stones, man. Shout out to Tori. I haven't talked to her in quite a bit, man. Hope she's doing okay too.
She's doing well. She has been attending the Darkwing chat just about every week.
Okay.
All
right. So guys, this is a filler episode, and me and Stan will probably bring another filler episode the following week, or maybe this is the last one. I don't know where this one's gonna end. But hope you guys remember to stay dangerous.
Stay dangerous, everyone.
Good night.